the proposal was that we're not all the same, right? And if we say we are going to give all the students 80% scholarship, and we cannot afford it because we don't have enough money to do it, we are lying to ourselves. Ultimately, the universities will not have the money, they cannot pay salary, they cannot pay for service, they compromise on our education. So we said, let us have a categorization. And I was given by the Higher Education Loans Board, that gentleman called Ringera, a model they have been using for the last 20 years. Even for the Higher Education Loans Board, yes, the Higher Education Loans Board allocation. They have a means testing model where you're given a form, you fill your parents, your income, the income of your parents. Somebody signs it off at the local level. We subject it to a means testing model that has been operating for 20 years. I paid off when I became a member of parliament, that was my first job. I paid off my Higher Education Loans Board. I had been given 55,000 for the 3 years at Nairobi University through the check-off system. So, of course, it's a lot more now. So we decided that let us categorize. Why, for example, if I ask you, why would the child of William Ruto be given 80% scholarship at the University of Nairobi? The same as the child of a Mama Mboga somewhere. And then finally, my child gets half and the child of Mama Mboga gets half because we didn't have the money to pay. So we said, let's do a means testing. The child of William Ruto can be given scholarship of 10% because he's also a child in Kenya. But because William Ruto is a man of means, let him pay the 90%. In any case, William Ruto's child my children went to Kilimani. In Kilimani, I was paying 150,000 per term. If I am asked to pay 40,000 at Nairobi University, I don't think that's too tough. In any case, I have been paying more for my child in secondary school. And there are many parents like those. What will that do? That will make it possible now for government to take the money that William Ruto's child should have been given to make sure the child of Mama Mboga gets the full scholarship instead of half the scholarship. That is purely the model we wanted to have. And that is the model I want you guys to assist us to have. Because we agree on the principle. I don't know whether, is the principle correct? So that the child of somebody who cannot afford can actually get the full scholarship from the government resources. And the child of us, the people who can afford, our members of parliament, the people who can afford, they can get a lower category of scholarship and loan, and the household can contribute more. That is the principle of the model. And it is premised on two fundamental things. That the resources we have are not sufficient to give scholarship 80% to every student. That is the truth. And that is why universities have been struggling. But the resources we have is enough for us to give the most vulnerable 80, 90% of the scholarship, and the others can support.